In this video, I'm gonna give you the best 5 bank accounts of 2023. I'm gonna give you all the information that you need to know where you need to hold your cash. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Chase and this is a penny pincher's guide to personal finance. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you do get good information from it, then hit that like and subscribe button so we can know to put more information like it out to you guys. So at the time of filming this video, unfortunately, the current inflation rate is about 5%. And that means that your money is not going to be worth as much as it did yesterday. But don't fret. I'm going to show you how you can actually slow this process and make your money start working for you. All of the bank accounts that I'm going to talk about are actually above the national average by quite a bit. Now, whether you're planning on using this bank account as a place for an emergency fund or for a savings account or just a place for you to pull for your bills, I'm going to show you the best way to ensure that your money is not losing purchasing power. Now, before I move forward with the video, I do want to talk about some ground rules that I laid down for this research criteria for finding these bank accounts. For the most part, what I have found is having a no annual fee as well as no minimum is the best benefit to these accounts, as well as making sure that they are FDIC insured up to $250,000 to make sure if there's any issue with the bank account, you are insured and will get that $250,000 back if something was to happen. Now, once we got all that out of the way and that gets rid of a filter and we are only focusing on certain accounts, these are the top 5 bank accounts that I would recommend using because of their great benefits as well as their interest rates. All right, so coming in at number 1 is going to be SoFi Online Banking Solution. And this is a banking solution at the time of this video, you're going to be getting a 4.2% interest on your cash. Now, if you were to look online, this specifically says that if you have a direct deposit into your account, you will receive a 4.2% annual APY on that cash. Now, it does specifically say that you have to have a direct deposit, but you don't have to have any certain amount. So you can literally direct deposit 1 cent and then you will start receiving that 4.2% interest rate. Now, when you take this interest rate and you compare it to the national inflation rate, you will be about 0.7% less than that inflation rate. So you're not necessarily going to be beating inflation, but you also won't be losing quite as much if you were just putting into a normal checking account. This account also comes with a great intro offer that if you do set on up for a direct deposit of any amount, you're going to receive a $250 welcome bonus, which is pretty great. This does set it apart from all the other accounts because none of them are offering these welcome or intro offers associated with their accounts. Now, one thing I want to talk about this particular bank and a lot of the other ones that I'm using in my next 4 is going to be that these are mostly online banks. And so they're not going to have physical locations that you can go to pull out your money or to talk to somebody. Some of them will have some ATMs associated with them, and some of them will also have like this big group of ATM offerings that they can go to, or they'll pay for a certain amount of withdrawals. But for the most part, they're all online, and that's one of the ways how they're able to offer these higher interest rates because they're not having all the overhead of a brick and mortar store. Okay, number 2 is going to be the Citizens Online Savings, and they're going to be offering a 4.5% interest rate on your cash with no cap. Now, they do require a minimum of 0.01, so 1 cent to be in that account, which is not a big deal. So you can have as little or as much as you want there and receive that 4.5 without having any other restrictions associated with your account. Now, this is going to be a completely online bank account, and so if you do want to be able to access your money, you're either going to need to be able to transfer that to another bank account outside of the company so that you can transfer it to them and then pull it out that way, or they will mail you a check and you will get it in 3 to 5 days. Now, I do want to note that this does not bother me. I actually do almost all of my banking online, and I hardly ever use any cash. And so when I do want to move money around, I will typically just transfer it over to my one account where I pay, and then I will use that account to use my money, and then I'll pay it off with my checking account from my other accounts. So in my opinion, having an almost exclusively online bank account does not affect me and does not really go into my decision making, and honestly is a positive because if they're mostly focusing on online banking, that's something that I think is going and growing right now. And so the more that they are in that space, the more comfortable I feel using those banking accounts. All right, number 3 is going to be the CITI Accelerate Savings. This is another online option where you can utilize it and you will receive a 3.85% interest rate on your cash. This is great. You have access to many different Citibank ATMs if you want to withdraw your money. and there are also no minimums, and this is a really well-trusted bank. And so if you want one that you know is going to be having no issues with it, and you want a little bit higher APY, then CITI Accelerate Savings is what you should be looking for. All right, coming in at number 4 on my list is going to be Barclays Online Savings Account, and this has a 4% interest APY, and you only have to have a minimum of, again, 1 cent in their account. Barclays is a great option that you can move forward with if you're looking for something that is a very trusted brand and won't be having any issues. I've heard that they have great customer support, and I would highly recommend this one just based off of the percent interest rate. Coming in at number 5, and my honest personal favorite is going to be the American Express Personal Savings Account. This has been the one that I have been utilizing for multiple years now. Even though it's not going to have the highest interest rate associated with it, I know and I trust that it's going to work well, and just transferring it over to another account really isn't worth it in my opinion for all the hassle that's associated with it. You will receive a 3.9% interest rate for your cash, and I have found that I have had no issues with getting in contact with somebody in a timely manner. Oftentimes within 5 to 10 minutes, somebody I can have on the phone, and I can make my transfers as needed. I also have this established and connected to another bank account with another company, and I am able to transfer between my high yield savings account over to my checking account that I utilize on a regular basis, and I've had no problems with that. Now, another great thing that I love about the American Express Personal Savings is you're able to integrate that onto your American Express app with all of your other credit cards. And so I am able to just click on it real quickly, see my current balance, and I'm able to see how much interest I've made on that on a monthly basis. Now, in the grand scheme of things, the interest rate associated with these cards from 1 to 5 really isn't a huge difference, and I would really look at the ones that are going to fit your financial needs a little bit more and the companies that you trust more, because that is a lot of money that you're going to be entrusting into them so that you can start receiving that interest. You really can't go wrong, in my opinion. I would focus on the bank accounts that have an online presence, the ones that have no annual fee, and then the ones that are going to give you the highest interest rate that fit into your financial situation. If you're interested in learning more about how you can stretch your dollar, whether that's for investing or other ways to keep growing it, then I'll put a link to a playlist right here. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I want to remind you that we are here from your first penny to your first million. We'll see you next time.